Welcome. Today I shall be going over the differences between single and double action triggers using my Taurus Model 65. Now to begin, we shall be going over the single action. Now what that means is that the trigger performs the single action of releasing the hammer. Now in order to fire this way, you have to manually cock the hammer. Now notice that the trigger moves back when doing so, which means that you get a lighter trigger pull. Now what this also means is that if you have a single action only revolver, most notably like the single action army, you have to manually cock the hammer before firing each time, or else it won't fire at all. Now there are single action automatics like the Browning high power, where you only have to cock the hammer once. As what happens after the first shot is that the recoil action of the slide moves back and cocks the hammer for you, and which is pretty convenient. Now there are actually some revolvers that do sell, which are known as automatic revolvers, like the Wesley Fosbury, and they have a recoil action that does that. Now moving on to double action. Now with double action, what that means is that the trigger performs the double action of cocking the hammer and releasing the hammer, like so. Now the main difference between this and single action is that you get a heavier trigger pull. At the convenience of not having to cock the hammer with each shot. Now most double actions also allow you to fire single action, like with this very revolver. However, there are double action only guns. Now those guns have no external hammer, and they only have an internal hammer. So you can't fire it single action at all. Now the reason why that's so is that it allows for better concealment, since you don't have to worry about this running into a holster or any kind of clothing. Now, I bet you're wondering, what about your Glock? Is that single or double action? And the answer is neither. What it is that it's striker fired. Now see, if you can see it, well, there's a pin there, which is the striker. Now what that does is that with each trigger pull, it detonates the primer in the back of the bullet, which causes it to fire. Hence, striker. The more you know.